Hi, I'm Kathleen, also Granny Cat, and I'm speaking with my normal voice. I like to use characters to portray and express what I'm trying to tell you guys. And tonight we're going to be talking about worry and bamboo, two unrelated subjects that I hope to connect. And anyway, thank you for stopping by. Here's Granny Cat. Thank you, Kathleen. I love it when you come by. Anyway, so I want to start with the worry part because many of us are worried about a lot of things that are going on, and worry can be quite debilitating. And, there are other mental health things, but I think worry is one of the worst because it can lead to all that other stuff. And before I go off into worry a little bit, I want to mention that I used to work for intentional peer support for many years. And what we did there, that is an alternative approach in mental health that that helps people to work through and get tools when they have mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, panic, or any of those things, because whatever causes our worry or anything that's going on, there is often something else to relieve us, and that's what I want to talk about with the worry a little bit. But anyway, so I want you to know that there is something called intentional peer support, or just peer support, and that's where peers connect and find mutuality and give each other support. And there are actually mental health alternative agencies that offer that. And some people can even stay overnight in some places. And for some people, it's a lot better than going into a psych ward, just to put it bluntly. All right, so, and then there's the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. Now, before I go on to that, I want to mention that the person I learned peer support from is Sherry Mead, and she has a wife named Chris Hansen, and the two of them are the loveliest people I know because they just have hearts as big as all outdoors. And Sherry Mead developed the intentional peer support. Now, back to the Wellness Recovery Action Plan, that was developed by a woman named Mary Ellen Copeland, and also a very sweet lady. And these people that I mentioned are people that have learned how to overcome serious mental health issues that brought them in and out of hospitals, and they became overcomers and have actually turned around and taught other people about peer support and recovery. So anyway, there are so many things that can happen just on worry alone, like things that we worry about: impending danger, having brain fog, we have trouble concentrating, there might be an event coming up, we might get a new job we worry about that we're going to be good enough, or we screwed up on our job and we're worried we're going to get fired. Maybe we're worried about relationships. That's a big worry for a lot of people. We worry about whether the person's going to like you enough, whether the first date is going to be ruined or embarrassing, and all those other things. And then even after you've been married for a while, you start to worry, and because your spouse has come home late from work or whatever, and you automatically assume something. These kinds of things just really take their toll on our bodies, and we can end up with things like heart disease, increased heart rate, leading to heart disease, and then, like chest pains, shortness of breath, trembling, restlessness, all kinds of things that you get as a physical reaction from worry. Not just reactions, but conditions that worry may lead to things like ulcers. I'm not saying worry causes ulcers. I'm saying that they can lead to the worst state of your stomach and your digestive system as a whole. How many of you have found that even, excuse me for saying this, but your bowels are affected by worry? Either you might go too much or not enough, you know, and then you might worry that you're not going to have enough food. I mean, the climate of our country right now is confusing for a lot of people, and a lot of us are worried about a lot of things. And we feel helpless. And when you feel helpless, that might make you worry too. How many parents, when their kids are gone out with their friends, worry until the kids get home? Oh, it ain't just the mother that worries. The father worries too. He just does it differently. He waits till you get home and he slams you with his worry. Where a mother, she might pace up and down and wring her hands and whatever. But either way, your parents are worried. When you were a kid, you stayed out too late. That's just one of the many things that people worry about. And we have reasons to worry. But we don't have to stay in that state. Because there are things that relieve us from the dizzying, worrying life that we might have led. Things like going to groups, getting counseling, talking to a friend on the phone, being surrounded by people you love, going for walks, getting good exercise. Believe it or not, having a good diet and exercise can relieve worry. You know why? Because your body will be working better. And when your body works better, you're less likely to worry. But there are other things that relieve worry, such as trying to empty your mind. Now, that's a hard one. First time I heard somebody say, empty your mind, I said, how can anybody empty my mind? I got thoughts in my head all the time. I don't know how I can do that. But you know something? You can. You just focus on something, like a candle burning or this fresh scent of something you like, and just think about that and focus on that. Or maybe do some coloring in a coloring book or whatever you like. Maybe have a hobby. If you don't have a hobby and you're a worrier, get a hobby. Get friends. Don't be alone in your apartment all the time. Because you know something? That ain't going to solve anything. And do things that you know at some time have brought you confidence in your life. Sometimes when we're feeling confident, that's the opposite of worry. And, you know, maybe avoiding all the things you fear might not be the answer either. Sometimes facing your fear, sometimes that's the answer. Just know that you are not alone. Okay? Now, I'm going to go on to the next topic. Because with all this talk about worry, we might just want to talk about some of the things that we are worried about. And one of those is the earth. The earth is dying, isn't it? Do you know that 4 billion trees are cut down each year? That's 35%. I mean for paper, okay? To make paper. 44 billion trees are cut down each year. That's 30% of all harvested trees. Just for paper. So can you imagine? So that's why I want to talk about bamboo. Because bamboo is the fastest growing plant on the planet. And, you know, instead of using all these trees, how about using bamboo? And, oh, okay, I know you're worried about something. Oh, bamboo is going to take over my land and I ain't going to be able to control it. You say, no, that's not true. It'll only be true if you don't farm it right. Like any other plant. Weeds grow too all over the place, but farmers and gardeners alike find a way to keep that under control. You've got to keep the edges of the bamboo under control, and it won't go any further. You can burn the edges. There are many different ways, and there's a couple of videos that I would like to share with this about bamboo and keeping under control. There are actually bamboo farmers out there. So now next I want to talk about all the things you can make with bamboo. Okay, here's a list. Hold on, I got the list somewhere. Don't worry, I found it. Okay, they make flooring out of bamboo, clothing, furniture, all kinds of furniture, tables, chairs, end tables, nightstands, even parts of beds. Do you know they also make cutlery, utensils? We even eat bamboo. You ever hear of bamboo shoots? No, that's not just a fancy Chinese phrase that goes with Chinese food. People actually eat it, and it's good. I love them. Anyway, also they use them to make cutting boards, dishes, straws, sunglasses, fishing rods, even small buildings, scaffolding, cosmetics, and as we know, paper can be made out of bamboo. And with it being the fastest growing plant on the planet, what a good choice to make paper, really, and paper products. And honestly, until I did this, I didn't even know that there was some cosmetics made with bamboo in it, and that's pretty interesting. So if you're wondering about that, you go ahead and look it up, because I don't know what cosmetics are used. I just know that that's one of the things that has it. And fishing rods, I remember my dad making fishing rods out of bamboo rods, bamboo sticks, whatever you want to call them. And he was very good at it too, and they were professional fishing rods. As far as sunglasses, I don't know if I've ever seen them, but they say they're out there. So you go ahead and you check all that stuff out, because that's a lot of different things that can be made out of bamboo. And when you consider how fast it grows, why wouldn't that be the logical choice? I almost get angry when I think about how people just look at bamboo as just another weed, or they might look at trees as potential paper and furniture. I want y'all to look around your apartment or house right now and notice all the things around that are made of paper. There might be pictures, there might be paper plates in your cupboard, paper cups, fireworks have been made out of bamboo. Did you know that? I know, I went from paper to bamboo. But, okay, back to the bamboo part. Around 9 AD, that's over 2,030 some odd or 40 years ago, the Chinese invented firecrackers and fireworks. And most of us know that the Chinese invented it. They were very inventive people. They invented a lot of stuff way before a lot of other people did. But anyway, they made those fireworks and firecrackers, and I'm losing my place again. Don't you worry, I'll find it. Did you know, this is a real good fact about bamboo. This shows of the toughness of it, okay? In 1945, when Hiroshima was bombed, bamboo was the only plant to survive. The only greenery, the only plant. The trees died, the grass, the flowers, it all died. And many, many millions and billions of people. Well, it may not be billions, but you get it. So, bamboo's got to have some kind of strength. I mean, you know that steel itself has a tensile strength of 23,000 pounds, whereas bamboo has a tensile strength. That's the pushing and pulling and stretching strength of 28,000 pounds. And that is 14 tons. That's a lot of power in a little plant. You ain't going to be going and just pulling a stalk of bamboo apart just like this. I'd like to see my friend Derek do it. He's sitting over there all quiet, but I don't think he can do it. He's strong, but not that strong. Anywho, sorry for picking on you there, Derek. So anyway, now, I want y'all to think about it. That 400 million metric tons of paper used yearly. Wow, that's a lot of paper. That's a lot of trees. And yeah, we do use some bamboo, but we need to use it more. It can grow just about anywhere. I don't know if it grows in ponds so much, but it grows near them and at the edges of swamps and marshes. But it also grows near regular land and on regular. I mean, it'll grow just about anywhere. And I mean, you would almost have to drop a bomb on Hiroshima to kill it. But it didn't work then, and it ain't gonna work now. So let's keep that strong stuff growing. You look at those other videos about that, and please educate yourself about bamboo and consider, if you got a plant, if you got a piece of land anywhere in this country, consider having a plot with some bamboo on it. And if you used to grow wheat and you're finding that you're not selling as much wheat as you used to, get rid of all that dang wheat. Get rid of the whole wheat field and the corn field too while you're at it. Because we ain't eating as much corn and wheat as we used to. Think about that for a minute. Bamboo can be used for food. It can be used for building and for utensils and all that stuff I mentioned. So how about it, folks? Grow bamboo. The earth will thank you. And so will I. Come again next time. Love ya.